So let's talk about bass lines today. This video is inspired by Sidebrain's video that he did on bassline theory. Now, usually I use trillion in here. You can use whatever bass you want, really doesn't matter. And also, he mentioned in his video, he used ample sounds, or I should say, ample sounds bass. This is the free version. He used the paid version. I really love their stuff, okay? I'm a huge fan. Personally, if it was up to me and the money was not an issue, I would have all their stuff. But this is the free one. You can pick it up. You can see here it says light. So go to their website, amplesound.net, I believe it is. Now the free version, in the version he shows, there is a tab or sequence. So you can see in the free version, you don't see it. But it allows you to create bass lines, generate bass lines, and then drag them to your DAW. So if you're interested in getting Ample Sound stuff, highly recommend it. We're just going to use the free version today to create. But the good thing about Ableton, and by the way, if you don't have Ableton, there's the program I introduced you guys a while ago to called where is it at? Let me see if I still have it in here. I might have taken it off because I periodically will clean up stuff that I'm not using often. But it's called Insta Composer 2. And it's usually on Plugin Boutique. It's really cheap. You can get it for next to nothing. It does the generating of MIDI. It'll do bass, it'll do drums, it'll do a few things. If you don't need it, you don't need it. You can literally draw this stuff in. It's not complicated. In fact, if you see Sidebrain's video, here I'm going to show you real quick. In my video, I'll just show you. I'm trying to just do like a bar to make it easier for you. We'll create a MIDI clip here, and I'm going to just draw in some notes. So we'll play in the key of E minor. So if you go down to maybe like E1, sounds good. He shows you how you can just draw in, like here's a 4 on the floor type, putting one here, and then we'll use this to start, and then I'll show you the generative part. So right, and then you can add ghost notes in. And then if you shift up, you can play an octave, right? Then one of the things you can do is, if you have a humanize thing, if you click off into here and select them all, you can start moving them around a little bit. Gives it a little more feel. And then this is in Ableton, but you can move this stuff manually in any DAW. It really doesn't matter. And then there's a thing called span in here where you can do the legato or the staccato, or even this one. And you can transform these notes and change the variation in them. Hold on, let me see if I can get that. So let's just pick one. So it changes the length of the note a little bit, offset the note a little bit. See, that helps to vary out the sound a little bit. Another thing I've shown you guys this many times is if you select all the notes in Ableton, you have a deviation. So it changes the velocity of how hard it's hitting. You can also randomize the velocity a little bit. gives you some various randomizations going on. Okay, so that's a simple way that he kind of goes into a little detail with you to help you appreciate it. You see already you got like a little groove with that. There's also the fact that you can throw a groove over it because you can extract the groove from another bass line and then add it into here to make it yours. All right, so there's a simple way. Now I'm going to show you the other mechanism that he does show, and that is using seeding. So in here you have options of rhythm, shape, stacks. Stacks is for chords. Seed is one episode where you can adjust the pitch, so you can create generative stuff. And then you have like the duration of how long the notes can be, the velocity. In bass, I'd probably use one voice, seeing that it's usually mono. It's just one, and it's just one voice played at a time. They don't. You can play chords on a bass, but generally speaking, then you just pick your density, and then you hit the generate button, and you get different. And it's gonna generate within the clip. So here's a 4-bar where I've made a MIDI clip for 4 bars, and then here's what it sounds like. If you don't like it, generate again. So it has 2 clips going on at once. So let's erase that for some reason. And we're gonna do it only on 2 bars. Shift Command M on here, whatever device you got, and then hit Shift L. This is on a MacBook. So here we go. So one voice, we want it to be in the key of E minor. So I went ahead and locked the key. You don't have to do key of E minor. I'm just doing that. Hit generate. Oh, you gotta click in here, I think. There you go. Now generate. And they didn't. Keep generating. Increase the density if you want more in there. And then here you go. Then start applying some of the stuff I was talking about. Click here with the randomization, set the randomization, and then a little bit of variation of the deviation of the velocity. So you get it? Now this is unique in that sometimes when you click this, let's do it again, you might be able to come up with a nice feel. That's my perspective of it. If I was going to use this, see that right there, that first part? That's not hard to play, but for somebody who don't play, it could be challenging. So that might be a great, like, have a simple bass line and then have one little like variation riff like that. And then here's a simple one over here. So in my mind, I would say, okay, let's zoom in. I'm gonna show you real quick. See, these first 2 bars sound like a variation you might put at the end of the 4, right? And then if you go back into here, this last bar right here would be something I would leave exactly where it's at. But you need some more notes. So what we're gonna do, put that there. We'll move this here to the 2. And then we'll fill in some more stuff here. And then maybe you could go option, copy this over here. So you see how you could start building a bass line. And then maybe like that. And then here we need to fill this spot with something. So what could lead into, let's see. We need 2 bars to go there. So I'm going to generate something that's different. So we're going to go Shift Command M. and it's just that little spot. It's the same thing, so we'll just generate. There you go, something. Try it again. Keep going. I'm just looking at it to gauge it. This is nice. Do some variation there. A little bit of velocity, range, change, we'll call it. See what that. Okay, that's not bad. So you see how quickly I just generated something. I'm gonna combine, put them together. Now we have a 4-bar. So let's check it out. Now I'm running this at 120 BPM, by the way, so let me put a click on it so you hear it, and then I'll throw some excuse me, some drums over it actually, so you can get a feel for what it sounds like. All right, cool. Let's grab well, I'm trying to use something different. Cool. So that'll work for that. I like that for the snare. We'll use a rim. Put these on one shot. And to make this go fast as I possibly can, but at the same time keep the rhythm. I'm gonna do this in halftime. Yeah, I did that right. Halftime. Okay, so this is what this sounds like. Actually, I don't like that, so I'm gonna little variation there. This one's off. I can hear it. And then let's do some hats real quick. Cool. Generate that too, why not? Just leave it at 16, hit Command M and it'll there you go. Let's make a kick. We'll roll with that for right now. I like to go ahead and just drop in some on the 4th of the floor, and then we'll add more to it. So I'm just drawing in real quick. So see how quickly you can put together a bass line? And that was me doing the bass line and the drums together. So you can start with the drums if you want and then do your bass line. That way you have an idea of what style you want. I'm gonna turn this metronome off so it don't drive us crazy. That's pretty funky. If it's too busy for you, like some people think this is too much going on, too much bass, then what I usually say is then just remove it, right, and make it simpler. But sometimes what you can do is just simplify the chords. So like if you go to put your chords in, just use very simple chords. Don't try to get too intricate. I'm gonna go to this original right here and see if I can find some. You gotta put an instrument in there. 1 second, let me see what I can find. Let's go to some sound banks. Grab some keys of some sort. We'll just use some Rhodes or something like this. So let's go to Keyscape. Where's the original Rhodes? Like that, like classic. Key. So this is why usually I would start with my chords if I'm going to do this, so that I pick the right key. This is more a G minor or a B major scale. I'm sorry, B flat major. So what you can do in this situation, if you want to get to that scale, just set it for B flat major. Go in here and adjust all your notes by just fixing it to make sure it's on B flat major. Okay, and then click fit to scale or adjust them however you need to do. Whatever DAW you're in, you can do the same thing. Now the range that I set when I did this, you notice it changed the pitch so that it would fit in the scale, because it's going to be different when you change the scale, but it'll do it for you automatically in Ableton. In other DAWs, you'll have to make sure you check that to make sure it fits. This is why I typically would say I typically would personally find my chords first that I'm going to use, and then I would just adjust everything from there. So if I'm going to, like, I really want something basic, not too, you could always do, let me do this one right here. So what we'll do is we'll now change this to, once again, to F Dorian. So we'll go F Dorian and then do a fit to scale. But you get the point. There we go. Let's try that. All right. That was bad. So that first set of chords is just belted too loud. Let's just bring it down. Let's see if we can tame it a little bit. Oh, you know what? Hold up. And J, there we go. Yeah, it's just too loud. There we go. Now for me, if I'm on here and I want this bass to sound a little more enhanced, I'm gonna grab maybe this bass fattener. This is the Roar plugin, by the way, in case you're wondering. And I'm gonna add it into here, and then I'm gonna go get this punch that I use all the time. This is also a preset that's in Ableton, but you can use other stuff. This is like a distortion that you can use to fatten the bass sound, and then put a little punch parallel compression on it. Is all I'm doing. The trap hat type thing, click on one. You could set this to 30-second and then Command D, maybe Command D there. All right, and then if you want to vary that a little more, you could just do this, just those little spots, just to give it some more variation. Let's do it here. That's it. Let's see what it does. I don't know. It's okay. Or take one out, like here, take that out. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Command Z. I'm gonna leave that there, and then I'm gonna take this note out. That's it, y'all. I just wanted to show you little techniques. It wasn't about the drums necessarily, because you can work on that and do your probably better drums than I did. But being able to use these enhancements, the seating is important. The humanization on that kind of stuff can give you a more realized bass. Mind you, this is a free bass ample sound. So if you're on the computer and you don't have this, you losing out. You missing out. I mean, it's free. You might as well grab it and at least use the free version. And then one day, if you can afford to get the regular version, it will generate MIDI for you too. Bassline, that is MIDI. And then, yeah, put it to use. If you're on the free version of Ableton, Get the light version. I think it's like 8 tracks. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if Roar is on the free version, but it doesn't matter because you will have this compression, and you could grab the free Ableton bass, and now you could just start making yourself some bass. Now I don't know, and I can't promise you. I think this is only on the suite, all these extra seatings and different things. So, but you could use that technique we used at the beginning. Let me see if it's still here. Here it is, right here. Right there, things like that on the free version, and still make yourself a bass. So let's just say you didn't have this generative tool. I said this was it. Now you know how I'll just keep going. But look. All right, so let's loop that out. Hold on, Command L. And you know which notes are in key because you can see them generally. So if you want to create something, simple, don't have to be real intricate. Still got a groove to it. Get it? I think that's pretty solid, guys. All right, I'm out.